My name is Adam, and I've been a diabetic for about 15 years.
When he was first diagnosed, I was younger and didn't really understand what being diabetic meant. So when he was diagnosed, it was very upsetting. I felt bad for him. I didn't know how he was going to manage, and told myself, gee, I hope, I feel lucky that this isn't going to happen to me. Well, it happened to me.
It was much harder for me when Dustin was diagnosed because I knew what he was going to be facing. I had years of experience of that with Adam. And so when we went to see Steve at the Broadhead Clinic and got that final diagnosis, and Dustin had to actually leave, he got sick, I was left in the office and I just started sobbing. And Steve immediately said, Julie, what can I do for you? Knowing that I needed just as much support as Dustin at that point in time, because I needed to be ready to tend to Dustin going forward.
The care that I received from the Monroe Clinic is in fact different. When I was younger, I had started going to see diabetic specialists in Madison. Not only was I not looking forward to the long drives, but every time I did go there, if I wasn't doing so well, it would kind of turn more into preaching. Whereas at the Monroe Clinic, Steve has been absolutely phenomenal in working with me to help me understand what exactly I need to do and how often I need to be doing that.
The Monroe Clinic to me is really my lifeline. I get all my care and services through the Monroe Clinic, and I believe the reason why I am healthy now and will be healthy as I get older is because of the Monroe Clinic. Everywhere from the secretaries greeting you in the lobby, going in, dealing with the nurses for the labs, and then all the way up to seeing Steve, Mishka. It's really a comfort blanket. They're there to give you your support and also to help you be a healthy human being. So.
I love my boys. And in some ways, to every parent, your boys are still your babies, even though they're 6 foot kind of lugs now. But I love them. And the care and the comfort and the expertise the Monroe Clinic have brought to them, both to them as individuals and to their disease entity, it gives me incredible comfort. It gives me incredible assurance. And honestly, I know Monroe Clinic loves my boys as much as I do.
I'd like to tell you a story about my mom. My mother, or as we all call her, Grandma D, she's the mother of 12 children, the grandmother of 101 grandchildren, and she has 4 great-grandchildren. And she was the monarch of our family. She passed away 2 years ago. Grandma D loved to dance. And she had a wedding that was going to be coming of one of the grandchildren. And she was having severe leg pain, and she knew that she wouldn't be able to dance with this leg pain. So it got to the point where the family had to make a decision. And the decision was made for us because of the diabetes. It was it was making her very ill, and she was going to have surgery to have the leg from the knee down removed. Well, Dr. Rickers from Monroe Clinic and Hospital did the surgery, and it was a very successful surgery. Through recuperation time and physical therapy that the Monroe Clinic and Hospital offered Grandma D, when the time came for the wedding, out came Grandma D, being pushed in a wheelchair by 2 of her grandchildren. Grandma D was the belle of the ball, with her beautiful silver hair and her beautiful dress, and she danced the night away. And we all thank the Monroe Clinic and Hospital for all the help that they gave Grandma D, our mom, so she could dance at this wedding.
Chester had a smile that would just die for. It was just contagious. I mean, and he had a twinkle in his eye, and everybody just always loved his smile. We were married for 42 years. We had a great marriage. We had 4 children and 6 wonderful grandchildren. Chester wasn't feeling very good in December. He was really, really getting tired, and I was on him to get to the doctors. And he kept telling me no, that he was going to wait till January. And I could see that he was just getting really, really tired. He finally agreed to see the doctor. The first thing they did was they thought he needed an ultrasound. They came back and said that he had gallbladder stones and that everything would be just fine. So he was going to have surgery the next day. Dr. Maxwell had gone to do the surgery and came back into the room and said, "I really hate to tell you this." He said, I couldn't do the surgery. Chester has cancer. Well, I just couldn't believe what I heard. My son was with me. We both just cried. Friday night, I just decided I needed help. My house was just chaotic. We didn't know what end was up over here. So I called hospice, and the next morning Zoanne came out. And just her walking through the door made my house seem just quiet and calm, and she just was a great, great help. She went in and visited with Chester, and I was there. She talked about all kinds of things. She had asked if she could go out to the kitchen. She got on her computer and ordered all kinds of supplies. Within 3 hours, our bedroom was changed into a home for him that he could be comfortable and still stay at home. On Monday, the hospice nurse came and visited with him and took all of his vitals, and everything seemed to be fine. And she had left, and that afternoon, Chester said to me, "Hon, which way is it to heaven?" And I said, "North," and he just looked at me. And, you know, we had just a normal day. Monday night, he went to bed, and he turned around and rolled over and gave me a big hug and patted my butt and rolled over, face north, and died. I said, I could never have thought in 12 days that he would be gone. Chester had a wonderful death, as strange as it sounds. He was surrounded with his family in his own home, and we all miss him. I am glad that we decided to keep him here at home. I think more people need to know what hospice does. They are really special people. They are just wonderful people, and they were such a help to us. I could not have taken care of Chester at home without their help. Chester was the light of my life.